Hey guys, welcome to the first round here. Looks like I lost the die roll, which is unfortunate with this deck. Being able to Blood Moon them before they even get a chance to fetch a land is kind of what I'm trying to do. But we'll see how this deck plays out on the draw. Hopefully, if my opponent comes back. So something that I kind of forgot to mention is just that this deck is it's a good deck to get if you're just getting into Modern. It's not overly expensive. The Blood Moons are a little expensive, but other than that, most of the deck is pretty reasonably priced. Even the fetch lands, you're not using any of the blue fetch lands, which are usually the more expensive ones. So picking up the, Arid Mesas and Windswept Heaths isn't too bad on the wallet. And how can you go wrong with Restoration Angels? Such a good card. Okay, this hand, given that I'm on the draw and I don't know what my opponent's playing, I will keep, even though I don't have any of my prison pieces. Let's just see what my opponent's up to. Okay, so I'm going to crack the Windswept Heath here for a Sacred Foundry. Sure. Luckily, I have infinite mana in my hand, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal going forward. My opponent bottomed both those cards. Looks like he's playing Esper. So cards I'm looking to draw here is like Wall of Omens. Let's play the Plane so I can hold up Helix. Probably won't need it. I mean, my opponent might go like Monastery Mentor, and then I probably want to kill it. But I have a burning next turn to play my land tapped anyways, or I don't have any 3-drops. So I'm just going to Helix that. Looks like my opponent is on some type of mana denial plan too. Blood Moon is good. So now my opponent's locked out of white and black cards. So I need to decide if I want to play around a counterspell by flashing in Resto, or if I want to just play into a counterspell by casting Avalanche Riders. I think I'm just going to play the Riders. It's the highest upside. Blow up this island. And now I have to decide if I want to attack Gideon. I don't think I do. Well, you know what? Because if I don't, then I can just flicker this with Resto and blow up his island. But yeah, I won't attack it. Because I really want to flicker and blow up his other island. So now I get to flicker this. So now I just need to deal with this Gideon, and it should be a good game for my opponent. However, it's easier said than done. I'm gonna deal with the thing in the ice, just so my Avalanche Riders can keep getting in on Gideon. Play a ley line. So now I need to draw a Avalanche Riders, a Restoration Angel, a Wall of Omens, a Lightning Helix. All of these things kind of deal with this Gideon. There we go. And now I get to just beat my opponent down with a ham sandwich. Chalice. I guess I'll play a Chalice for one. kind of shuts off if he happens to draw an island for like Serum Visions or Plains for Path to Exile. Lingering Souls. Discarded. That could be a problem. He draws a swamp. So right now we're just at the phase of the game where my opponent's basically locked out. I just need to close the game. So my opponent's got one more draw step. Let's draw something relevant. And he didn't get there. Okay, so I'm playing in some sort of Esper Control deck. He's playing Thing in the Ice with Lingering Souls, which is kind of a nombo, I think. Let's see here. Anger of the Gods probably aren't necessary. I think Cosmic Returns are probably just better. But I think Storm Breaths are going to be good. Kind of pressure Gideon. Cosmic Returns are probably just better than Angers in this matchup. Celestial Flare isn't at its best against Lingering Souls. I mean, it would have been good there against Gideon, but that's such a rare game state to progress to. I think Rest in Peace might actually be pretty good if he's playing like Lingering Souls. I can only assume he's playing Snapcaster Mages. Helix is probably not great. Maybe I don't need 3 Rest in Pieces though. We'll try this. This configuration. So I want to be on the draw again, which is unfortunate. But if I lose this, I'll be on the play, and then maybe we can get a nutter butter draw where my opponent's literally locked out of the game on turn 1 or 2. Okay, this seems fine. So I think I'm just going to Chalice for 1 on turn 1. He's got like Serum Visions, Thought Seizes, Inquisition, all those sorts of cards, so... So now next turn I get to start churning through my deck with the Wall of Omens. Hopefully allow me to hit land drops. Well, that's interesting. Wasn't expecting a Dark Confidant in a Gideon deck. I'm gonna do this now since he has those effects that can stop me from searching. Maybe I'll be able to ramp into a Storm Breath, turn this Dark Confidant into a liability, Ochitai's Command. Well, that's unfortunate. He'll now have Ochitai's Command up. Not going to fetch because I don't want to play into that card that stops me from fetching, so I'm just going to try to overload his mana on this turn, and then I get to resolve a Storm Breath. I think while he's tapped out, I'm going to resto, because he can't Ochitai's Command it. If he's a counterspell, that's fine, because then my Storm Breath will get to resolve on my turn. Okay, I get to cycle, which is great. Sure. Probably going to take the Resto Angel, I'd assume. Well, Chalice. Sure. Okay, so I think I'm going to play this for one. Going to attack. think I'm just going to let him keep the Dark Confidant. Because he's getting low enough. I kind of want to save the return in case he has Lingering Souls. So I know he has Order-Tie's command, so I'm not going to just jam the dragon. He's probably going to have to just blow his Order-Tie's command here for life, so he doesn't just die to Dark Confidant. And then hopefully I'll get to just jam Storm Breath and lethal him. But I'm in no rush to. I mean, he's got to tap out to deal with Resto at some point. There's a Blood Moon. Okay, I'll try resolving Blood Moon. Sure. Try again. There we go. So I'm just continuing the beats, letting him hopefully kill himself with his Dark Confidant here. And what did he reveal? Well, looks like he revealed a Narset Transcendent, which is a strange card. And that was exactly lethal with his Dark Confidant. So there you guys have round one. And looks like we did pretty much exactly what we wanted to do. Locked him out with Blood Moon and Chalices and beat him down with ham sandwiches. So we will see you guys in the second round.